outside this world.
Story time. So me and Skills are on our way to a show way up in the backwoods of Indiana. Way back. As we get to the show, I walk up to the promoter and ask him, "Hey, how did you find this place to run?" He looks up at me and says, "Well, I was out here and stopped and was buying some kiwi and decided we'd run a show here." Well, at this point, I was still kind of optimistic. And he said, "Over there is going to be the locker room. It's inside of an old creepy barn." So, as we enter this creepy barn that looks like something out of Jeepers Creepers and had no electricity, we're kind of hanging out at this point. And he comes in and says, "Well, we're actually going to split the good guys and the bad guys up, and you'll have a different locker room." So as I'm sitting there talking to Skills, I see this guy come walking across the field with a can full of fucking smoke. As he enters the building, or I should say trailer, that is going to be our locker room, he starts smoking the place out. I look at the promoter and I'm like, what in the fuck is he doing? He goes, "Oh, he's getting all the bugs out of the building." He says, "You guys will have to give it a little while to air out before you go in." I said, "I ain't going up in that motherfucker." He said, "Well, that's where the good guys are going to dress tonight." I said, "I ain't a good guy tonight, I guarantee you that." So at this point, I have chicken shit and a lot of other things on my hands from being inside of a scary-ass barn, and I decided I'm going to go to the bathroom. So as I walk out, I ask where the restrooms are, and they said, "Well, there's some porta potties right down there." At this point, I was like, fuck my life. But lucky for me that they did have a sink. As I put my hands under the sink to wash them, no water would come out. At this point, the promoter and another man sees my dilemma, and they approach me to help me out. The gentleman with the promoter says, "You just have to take your foot and put on the lever and pump it until the water comes out." And at this point, all hopes of me being in a good mood for the evening had gone out the fucking window. As I look at the promoter and say, with my foot pumping rapidly to get water out, I look at him and say, "This shit is not in my fucking contract." To me, the gentleman with him was the guy who owned the building. Needless to say, he was not a big fan of Big Daddy Slash. No.